What I see is the kind of stuff that makes me come before you every day, sometimes several times a day. Seeing the robbery in progress and wondering and hoping that somehow something happens, that you can wake up, I can relax. And when you wake up, we can all relax. What I'm saying is this. For me, pain and suffering. You know, they say sometimes you learn from pain, you learn from suffering. Yes, you can learn from all of that. But it also indicates something. It indicates the failure of protection from that pain, the failure of protection from that suffering. And so whenever I see pain or suffering, I see evil there as well. It might be a teaching mechanism, but at the same time, I see evil there. That's what I see. When I see things that and actions that lead up to pain and suffering, tears me up. I don't like it. When I see people being mistreated, for instance, can't find a decent gig that would allow them to have available to them the resources necessary so they can access the necessary resources that they might require as they make it through this life in this capitalist system. So that tears me up. I don't like it. When I see people get caught up in debt, all kind of debt, when I see people just going through all the awesome changes of suffering, jails and prisons and gangbangs and shootings and oh my God, it's just absolutely pathetic. And then when I see that there's another way that is not designed by people who want to be your boss, people who want to have dominion over other people, people who want to be so superior to others that they possess everything that they possibly can, and they are willing to do anything that they can get away with to possess more than another. And in the process, all of that which they themselves ascertain so they can blow up, bonds running over, its reflection is pain and suffering and being denied and causing all of the other to the masses. That stuff tears me up. Yes, it does. It definitely does. But as I was saying, on the other hand, when I see the power that made the earth, see men, the ones that's robbing the richest men on earth, they didn't make the earth. Even those who got all kinds of skills and talents, which is a gift from the Almighty that they are misusing. So I'm thinking, what's going to happen? I mean, seriously, what is really going to happen? Do we not follow the ways of men? And if we follow the ways of God, I got to change things around and see things in a different light, see things that all things belong to God and they were made and presented to all that can use them for the benefit of using them, and all of those other things that we can come up with so that we as people, human beings on this earth, can live as though we're in heaven. And there are basic principles that we would have to follow in order to be able to do that. And one of them is to care about others as we care about ourselves. That's the second commandment, they say. And I say that one first because it is the only way that we can give any type of affection or credit to a power that we can't see. For a power that we can't see, we got to definitely be caring about the powers that we can see. So the powers that if we caring about one another this way, that gives us an indication that we got no problem caring about a power that we can't see, because we have to respect all that we do see because of a power that we can't see. And we learn that in caring for one another, we look out for one another. We make sure that what we do is something that we love doing. And what we love doing is the reason that we have an abundance of those things that we, the people, have determined are absolutely essential for our happiness and our fulfillment in this life. And this, my friends, give us peace and prosperity, freedom and joy and happiness, and allows us to live our dreams. Our needs, our wants, and our desires are met. We're not suffering for anything. And we don't have to be in debt. We don't have to be worried about money. We don't have to be worried about bosses. We don't have to be worried about superiority. We don't have to worry about lying. We don't have to worry about cheating. We don't have to worry about racism and bigotry. We don't have to worry about terror and war. We don't have to worry about quid pro quo. We don't have to worry about any of that stuff. Now, if God, I'm telling you this, ladies and gentlemen, I know it's hard for you to believe, but it shouldn't be. You breathing air right now. You really are. And you know that air has oxygen in it and the stuff that's required for you to continue to live in. You know that. But you know man has nothing to do with that. Man has nothing whatsoever to do with that. The water that you drink. Well, man's been messing around with it a little bit here and there, but the fact that water exists, man has nothing to do with that. The fact that you are on this earth, man played a role in as much of the system that he has been given to play. But the fact that the earth is here, man has nothing to do with that. Nothing. Nothing. And so we should understand that there's a power superior to me. There's a power superior to you. There's a power superior to all mankind. And we should, if we want to find anything that's going to give us peace, look after that which is responsible for all mankind, not that which is trying to use mankind. In our country, Trump and Musk and these guys are using the system. They are using we the people. They are using everything they possibly can use to get out of this country whatever they want to get out of this country. And it has nothing to do with bettering this country. It has nothing to do, but it's the same thing that they did to the natives. You remember back when they took the Indians' land? What they are doing to America right now is the same thing that they did to the natives. What they are instituting and trying to do to America right now is the same thing they did when they were instituting the slavery thing. Right? It's the same identical stuff. Back then they called it slavery. Back then they called it taking the natives' land. Right now they just got you divided. You don't know what's going on. But it's the same darn thing. At the end of the day, you'll be just like the natives with no place you can call your own. You'll be just like the slaves who still out there struggling, waiting for something to happen, a miracle to happen. No, my friends, the challenge is given to us today. The challenge is given to us today. You are children of the Almighty God. You're not a child of the devil. You're not a child of evil. The evil that you do has been taught to us. It has been taught. It's not actually real. It's been taught. We didn't come here with that. We came here with a different attitude. The first thing we start doing is loving one another, looking after one another, That's the first thing you start getting taught. The first thing a baby learns is from his mama all the way up to a certain part of his age. He is being taught to love, to do for others. That's what he's been taught because that's what's happening to him. And when life opens up and that door swings wide and he or she can bust through that being who they are, giving all of the love that they've learned back to the world. Well, anyway, think about doing it God's way. I'm telling you, think about doing it God's way. And let's just stop talking about doing it the Republican way or doing it the conservative. No, it's right or wrong. Right works for us all. If it doesn't work for us all, it's wrong. And you can figure that out. You can figure that out.